KTM is finally making moves in the midsize sport bike category, and this time, it looks like the long-rumored RC490 is real. For years, fans have felt that the RC390 lacked the punch to compete with rivals, especially after CFMoto launched the 450 SR, which instantly raised questions about whether KTM would adopt that platform. Many believed it was only a matter of time before KTM used the same engine, and now, with spy shots surfacing, that belief seems to be turning into reality. What's interesting is the heavy presence of CFMoto DNA in the prototype, suggesting a deeper collaboration than ever before. If this bike makes it to production, it won't just fill a gap in KTM's lineup. It could redefine the midsize segment altogether. Or will it simply remain another shelved project like we've seen from KTM before? While the bodywork is very much in KTM's style, similar to that of the upcoming 990 RCR, and the suspension is from KTM's subsidiary WP, there are clear CFMoto elements to be seen. The biggest giveaway is the single-sided swing arm, which looks to be straight from CFMoto's 450 SRR model. The rider's foot pegs and the gear shifter also match the 450 SRR parts, as does what little of the tubular steel trellis frame that can be seen, and even the side stand. While the engine is hidden, the bulge over its left-hand cover is in the right place to match the CFMoto twin, and the gear linkage looks identical to the 450 SRRs. Those details alone are enough to spark curiosity, but this bike isn't just about borrowed parts. It's tied to a much bigger story. The saga of KTM's plans to build a range of mid-size machines to slot between its 390 singles and 790 twins has been rumbling on since the latter part of the last decade. The company initially confirmed plans for a circa 500cc range, and then apparently dropped the plan a few years later. Now, spy shots show that a new twin-cylinder range is nearing production, and this RC-style sport bike will be part of it. As long ago as 2019, KTM has been quite open about its intention to work with its Indian partner, Bajaj, in the creation of a 5-bike 490 range of KTM-branded bikes. These were to include a 490 Adventure, a 490 SMCR, a 490 SMT, a 490 Duke, and an RC490 sport bike. Blurred teaser images of the machines even appeared in an investor presentation that year, along with plans for a matching range of Husqvarna 501 bikes, using the same engine and chassis parts. That would include a 501 Supermoto, a 501 Norden adventure bike, and 501 Svartpalen and Vitpalen models. The idea was to develop the bikes with Bajaj, and then for the Indian company to manufacture them, as it already does with KTM's 125, 250, and 390 models. Originally, those bikes were expected to debut by 2022, but that did not happen. In 2023, the 490 project was shelved, with KTM deciding that the development costs of a 400 to 500cc twin were too high, and that a 690 twin of around 650cc would be a more cost-effective option. Now, new spy pictures appear to show that the 490 project is back on track, no doubt driven in part by the recent boom in popularity of bikes in the 400 to 500cc market, and the impending launch of BMW's F450 GS, which will inevitably be followed by additional F450 models using BMW's new 47 horsepower 450cc twin. Exactly what KTM is up to is not entirely clear. In recent weeks, it has been spotted testing a mid-size adventure prototype, using a parallel twin that carries KTM badges but matches its existing 790, 890, or 990 LC8C units. It is believed to be under development with Bajaj, and could well be the proposed 690 unit. But the new sport bike seen here is not related to that project, and instead uses a 450cc twin, suggesting it will carry the 490 name under KTM's usual badging scheme. How has KTM created it so rapidly, and within weeks of being saved from a financial crisis? By borrowing a vast number of parts from CFMoto. The Chinese brand is already a KTM partner, manufacturing KTM engines and complete bikes for some markets via a joint venture in China. CFMoto's existing 450cc twin, Used in the 450 SR, 450 NK, and 450 MT, is a modern design with a 270-degree crank that puts out up to 50 horsepower depending on its application, easily on a par with BMW's incoming F450. We have already seen a similar transfer of components in the other direction, with CFMoto's 800 MTX borrowing its engine and chassis design from the KTM 790 adventure. Is it possible then that KTM could plan to manufacture an RC490 sport bike in China, using its ties with CFMoto while simultaneously pursuing a separate mid-size twin project with Bajaj in India? That is certainly the suggestion from the prototypes that have been spied testing. It is worth noting, though, that KTM has a history of testing prototypes that never see the light of day. Over the years, we have seen finished-looking machines ranging from an electric Duke to a massive Husqvarna Vitbilen 1301 rolling around KTM's test routes. Both machines that have also appeared in product plans from the company, but in each case the project was shelved before getting officially launched. The new RC490 certainly makes sense, as would a 490 Duke using the same CFMoto platform, given the growing popularity of bikes in that capacity class. But the existence of a prototype cannot be taken as a guarantee that a production bike will follow. Still, the RC490 feels different. The timing, the market demand, and KTM's growing ties with CFMoto all point toward this project having real potential. Yet, KTM's history reminds us that not every prototype becomes a reality. Will the RC490 finally be the mid-size sport bike fans have been waiting for, or will it remain just another shelved project? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: the motorcycle world is watching closely. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take. If you enjoyed this video and want to dive deeper into the history and evolution of legendary motorcycles, from vintage Hondas to cutting-edge hyperbikes, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to SK for more exciting content. Ride safe, dream big, and stay tuned for our next story. Goodbye.